Welcome to our newest episode of Salesforce Spotlight. We will unpack what Agentic AI really means for customers' transformation, where it works first, how it differs from assistive AI, and how to keep it safe. My name is Vanessa Gentile.
And I'm Stefan Lendi, and with us today is Josselain Prost, Salesforce Director at Deloitte. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Vanessa.
Hello.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you for being here with us.
Josselain, tell us more about yourself and about your very specific function that you have at Deloitte.
Yes, so I'm director at Deloitte. I'm based in Geneva. I'm in the CRM business since 25 years. And as you can hear, I'm French, and I joined Switzerland 15 years ago. Today at Deloitte, I'm leading the manufacturing and also all the Gen AI initiatives for Deloitte Switzerland.
So, Josselain, what's the practical difference between assistive AI and agentic AI?
So, as I told you, I belong to manufacturing and industrial, so I will try to take an analogy that is visual. So let's assume assistive AI is more about putting your workers with exoskeletons, okay, to make them more powerful, more effective at work, while agentic AI is really leveraging the power of AI to build autonomous robots that can perform tasks on behalf of humans.
Very, very clear definition. I'm impressed. The comparison to the exoskeleton, that's the first time I'm hearing this. Very, very well explained. Now, as organizations transition from assistive AI to agentic AI, how should companies strategically plan and build their business cases to actually ensure they are successful?
So let me first rewind a little bit on the premise of generative AI in the business, in the context of the business. At the very beginning, I think back in 2023, when we saw the first, let's say, a rise of Gen AI in a business context, there was a lot of exploration, a lot of POCs launched by the companies. And most of these companies were trying to see what can we do with Gen AI in the context of a CRM such as Salesforce. At this time, I think companies were more or less rolling the dice, like in a casino, to try to find a good use case that will create an impact. Okay, but they were failing to take into consideration the cost of Gen AI, meaning that this is a consumption-based model. So the more you use, the more you deliver value. But it's not only that you can help your workers, you need also to take into account the impact it creates and the ROI. Okay, so I think in the second wave, where we are now, which is agentic AI, companies, and especially in the context that we have today in Switzerland, where it is a lot of economic pressures. In manufacturing, we have this tariff situation that is creating some tensions on the competitiveness of Swiss companies. It's important to measure the performance of your AI use cases. So you will shift from being explorational to be strategic and also value-driven. So you will always think about value first.
I mean, you're saying we need to measure improvements. We need to measure them and balance them. How specifically can we do this in customer service, in sales and marketing?
Yeah. So I think Gen AI started very obviously with customer service. I think the most obvious use case you can think about belongs to customer service, how to assist workers to better answer to clients, how to suggest a recommendation based on a knowledge base. But more and more we see also Gen AI applied to sales organization and also marketing organization, which is a little bit newer. It's a little bit newer also because of some fears in the past about the impact of, let's say, facing robots or generative agents in front of your customers. But basically, there's a lot of KPIs that organization, sales, service, and marketing organization will measure. First one are obviously the productivity of your workforce, your ability to serve in a cost-efficient manner or to sell in a cost-efficient manner. But also now more and more we are looking for growth and impact on revenues. And finally, the last one, which is not the last one for customers, is really about customer and employee experience.
Customer and employee experience, we're talking usually when there is change resistance, and it's really about the onboarding. How do employees, how do customers actually embrace these new technologies? What is their experience like, and what is their acceptance like ultimately?
Exactly. Generative AI is creating a lot of fears for employees because they believe they could be replaced by robots. This is why it's important when you plan your strategy to think about human-centered design for AI. You need to ensure that the AI agents you are going to build are going to be accepted by your workforce. They need to understand it. They need to understand why we are doing it and how it will benefit for them.
Mm-hmm. And why the shift to agentic AI is going to be a game changer for customer service or other customers areas?
Yeah, I think, again, customer service is the most obvious use case for agentic AI. Mm-hmm. And it will create a major shift and performance shift for customer service organization. First, with generative AI, and you can place agents that are available 24/7. Mm-hmm. You can really think about your services available every day, every night, all year long. This is very important. It can also be used to augment your capacity. If you think about some business that have some crises or some peaks of activity, mm-hmm. you can complement your workforce with a set of agents that can answer to your customers. Finally, it will help you to drive new revenues because these agents will also be able to lead you or shift you to sales organization in this meantime.
And how marketing organization will benefit from agentic AI as well?
Yeah, so we see for marketing organization, I think we have to split between B2C, D2C, and more the B2B business. So I think on the B2C and direct to consumer, we see clearly the role of agentic AI to create really highly personalized and people-to-people conversation and marketing engagement with the autonomy. The purpose of agentic is to bring autonomy in the decision process. That's why it's not robotization. It's really like at every step of the campaign. Agentic will be able to take the best decision, to propose the best message, the best tone of voice, the best content to our customers or consumers so that they can trigger the buying act.
And just to clarify here, so we can use agentic AI here either to talk directly to the customer or to empower and enable customer service agents to better talk to customers. We have those two options, right?
Yes, I think in agentic AI, the autonomy of, let's say, knowing what is the best next action in my interaction with my customer is critical. Okay, so the agent will be able not only to understand what the customer is willing to do or what is the issue of the customer, but it can also answer, it can also process, it can create some transaction in the system. And obviously, when it reaches its limit of skills, it can transition to a human. Okay? And the collaboration between AI agent and human is also critical for the success of these initiatives.
So Josselain, you said we need to distinguish between B2C and B2B. Talk more about B2B, please.
Yeah, and B2B is what resonates to me in manufacturing for sure. Yeah. And one of the very interesting use cases I see with Gen AI in B2B is for marketing, is the ability for marketing to plan the difficult job of inside sales and business development. Think about your campaign to attract prospects to your brand and to your products. And then when a customer or prospect raises an interest for your product, you need to qualify and ensure you can push this further to a real sales agent. But the difficult task is to qualify and to have this first conversation that sometimes is difficult. And you can delegate this to an AI agent that can engage in any language, on any market with your prospects to qualify, answer the questions, and maybe plan a meeting with a real sales human. And all this is done only on demand when you have an interest raised. So you can really leverage the power of generative AI to optimize the cost of pre-sales coming from marketing to create a very good positive loop between marketing and sales.
Josselain, what about the users of these companies? Are they ready? They understand? Do they have the right mindset about using agentic AI and what's the benefit for them? Or is there some kind of fear?
So fear is there, for sure. That's why change management and preparation and strategy is really important for our customers to prepare the strategy for agentic AI. And one of the things we know is with agentic AI, we are going to be able to automate the low-value activities and tasks to bring more, let's say, time and capacity for our employees to perform higher value and more relational tasks with their customers. So this is important that when we design this solution with our customer, that we think about people first, customer and employee experience, so that we bring value not only to the customers, but also to the employees, so that they see a benefit. And I can give you some sample, for example, of this.
Yeah.
So I have an example in a sales organization, for example, for banking, where basically we have an AI agent that helps to prepare the meeting with the customer. Basically, the customer has a portfolio of stocks at the bank, and he has a personal profile in terms of, let's say, ability to invest or resist to invest. And each time it takes 30 minutes to prepare this type of meeting for a bank advisor.
It is time consuming, it is a chore, and bank advisors, they want to be as close as possible to their clients and spend as little time as possible with any administrative chores, which could be made easier. That's what you're saying, huh?
Exactly. And with AI agents, we can reduce the time of preparation for the bank advisor from 30 minutes to 5 minutes.
Amazing.
So you can imagine, because you are looking at the current stocks the client has, the market trends, you can search inside the company about the data, and you can coach, help, prepare the bank advisor to be ready for his meeting very quickly.
And you're saying this does not compromise quality. So preparation quality from a client perspective is absolutely the same or is comparable to the bank staff member preparing for 30 minutes on his or her own.
Exactly. This is the feedback we got, okay? And this is also why they love it, because then in terms of KPI, they can do more meetings per day by saving 30 minutes preparation of 25 minutes at least.
Of course. Yeah, that's very productive, right? And that's probably where the customers and their users see the value.
Yes, and it's one example among others, for sure. But this is where I believe we need to see how humans and agents are going to work together, how agents can also hand off their work to humans in good conditions, so that humans can resume the work or finish the work at the best of the, let's say, company capacities.
So it's really about making the most of human potential, of human capacity, and using human beings wherever they are better,
exactly,
where they cannot be replaced, and supporting them as needed.
Exactly. It's also how to level up the managers on being prepared to lead hybrid teams, teams of AI agents and humans that are going to work together and will bring more performance in their interaction and in their collaboration toward the company benefits.
This is great. Imagine last generation that has just humans to lead. Now you have like humans and agents.
Which are more difficult to lead, humans or agents?
Still human, I believe.
Is the human being, of course, that is more difficult to lead, more complex maybe even, but at the same time can only the only person that can actually deliver certain services to clients?
I would say that it's more difficult to create a very good and strong AI agent that embraces your values, that knows how to sell or service like a human, and that knows also when he has to delegate back to humans to ensure we don't dehumanize the relationship.
and agentic sales operations. So pre-call briefs, contact discovery, next steps creation, auto login, and so on. So what's the line between helpful and intrusive?
Yes, for AI agents to be effective, you need a lot of data, for sure. And we need to accept to share insights and data to make our agents more effective. So we need to prepare first, and we need to ensure we work in full transparency with our employees. We say what we are going to use in terms of data, what are the insights we want to leverage, and explain exactly what the AI agent is going to do for them or for your customers. And you know, sales people in general with CRM, and I've done multiple implementation of CRM for sales. This is a tough population for CRM. They don't like really CRM. They don't like to give their data. So you have to imagine a system, an agent that will help them in their daily business. And we are thinking about how to have a sales ops AI agent to assist agents to organize meetings with customers, to manage bookings of the calendars and rebooking of calendars when it happens. And also I was mentioning the preparation of the meeting, but also the reporting of the minutes and update of the records in the system with a UI-free manner. It's basically talking to your smartphone, how you can update your pipeline and give visibility to the company, which is critical for steering your company, basically.
On the market, I keep hearing the term pipeline hygiene agents. What are those specifically?
So it's a way also to help salespeople to prioritize their day. Okay, so ensuring that we focus on the most highly probable wins, opportunities, let's say winnable opportunities, and therefore ensuring that we provide the insights and actions and recommendation coaching activities so that agents first so humans knows what to do, and also when they have done something to ensure this is reflected with low effort from the salespeople so that the pipeline looks still accurate and we have a highly, let's say, accurate visibility on the future in terms of business without asking too much effort from the salespeople. Because salespeople, they have to be with their customers, they have to sell, they don't have to spend time in reporting.
So Josselain, what are the KPIs in that case? Is it rep prep time or opportunity data completeness? What are they?
So for sure, productivity is key, but it's difficult to measure if you don't have a baseline first. But what we observe is the accuracy of the pipeline. So basically, the deviation between the winning of or losing of opportunities versus what was planned in the tool, and this accuracy is critical because if you have a very good, let's say, planning of your future business, you better steer your entire company. Sales is very critical on that. Another critical KPI for me is adoption. Okay, so how likely the salespeople will recommend and will be happy to use these AI agents on a daily basis to support their activities.
Let's start at the very beginning of an agentic AI journey. What are the core foundations that are needed for this journey?
Yeah. So the first thing is to have clear strategic ambition and objectives. You have to define where you want to win. What do you want to impact? Where do you want to create something that matters for your company or your customers? This is one. Second is you need to have a clear governance on how you are going to implement this strategy and be transparent also with your employees on how you are going to leverage generative AI in the daily life of your users so that they can adopt and feel empowered to give their voice on how they should be helped by these agents.
Is transparency enough in proper change management?
So it's not enough. You need also, when you start to design, okay, you need really to think about this new process. You need to think about, if I bring all this AI agent, I will have more free capacity from my workforce to do something better. And these people need to feel it at the end of the implementation. So they need to see, oh, I do less of these things that are not interesting, and I do more about relationship with my customers or more high-value task that before was part of my job but was not useful. So this is really important that when you design your agentic AI strategy, you think first about people and effectiveness of the processes.
And Josselain, your take on single agent versus multi-agent handoffs and when to keep it simple?
So we are in the agentic AI wave, and the next wave is truly about multi-agent, potentially multi-platform agentic collaboration. So that's why it's important when you design your AI agent that you design them for the future, okay, to be reusable and scalable for the future, so that they can be leveraged by other platforms in a context that could be orchestrated with all the MCP servers that we see that are now happening, that help us to really to automate in an autonomous manner a set of agents that will work together to create a competitive advantage for our companies.
Amazing.
So agents are actually becoming something like the face of your brand to the outside. It's not a person, not an individual, but an agent or multiple agents together. How do you build trust? How do you overcome possible fears this might create with various stakeholders?
True, and trust is critical in this domain. First, you need to be very transparent with your customers. You need to tell them when they speak to an AI agent. It needs to be very transparent. You need to also communicate and ensure you respect their data privacy. So you need to put all the ethics and governance and compliance activities and actions to ensure the data you use respect your customer. This is one. Second, you need to ensure your brand is reflected properly by the AI agent. You need to build the tone of voice, the ethics and the values you want to share through the lens of the AI agents, and ensure this is easy for the customers to request to talk to a human. I think my experience is that I love these AI agents, but at some point I want to talk to a human. It should be easy and seamless for me. So you need to design this so that customers don't fear to call you or to engage with your agents, because they know that ultimately they will be served fast. But if they need someone, they will be able to talk to someone.
And the information is transferred from the agent to the human being, so I don't have to go through the whole story again and go, oh, I'm not talking to an agent, I want to talk to a human being, so I don't have to tell the story twice.
Exactly. This is what is beautiful, because the agent will be able to deflect your case and also ensure he transfer the case not to the next level, but to the right level. Okay, so basically, if you have to skip, let's say, the first level and go directly to the technical services, for example, agent will be autonomous to decide it in the context and forward the request to the right person.
And this is amazing, right? Because you are entering and giving your customers a completely new service line. How many times we call the insurance, we call the banks, we call whoever, and then you have 3 times 3 different people, and you start from this scratch telling the same story. So this will go all the way, hopefully, for a better and quick solution of the question may a customer have. And how can organization now successfully integrate Agentic AI into their workforce in a way that truly unlocks human potential rather than simply automate tasks?
Yeah, we are coming back a little bit on what we said before is you have to design these processes to be AI-centric, but also people-centric. Okay, so this process needs to be reusable across the platform, but they need also to be part of the entire chain of collaboration between breaking all the silos of departments. If you think about yourself engaging with a company, with a brand, you don't engage with a sales guy or with a customer service. You engage with a brand, and you need to have a seamless experience on the entire chain. So here you need to also design all your process to be scalable, to support in a consistent manner the interaction with your customers, and also the collaboration across the departments, across the human and the AI agents.
So the journey, right? So having a journey from the beginning until the end for the customer, so that ultimately the customer don't know if it's an agent behind or a human being behind, right?
Yes. And again, change management will be key here, okay? Because we have really to showcase to the employee the benefits of working with AI agents, that it will create more opportunities for them than issues. For sure, our jobs are going to be impacted and they are going to change a little bit. They are going to evolve. But it's for a better future, hopefully, and to let more, let's say, highly value tasks and activities for the humans when they have to engage with their customers.
So for me as a staff member, it ultimately comes down to having to do less of what I don't really like doing and doing more of what I enjoy and what I'm really good at and what I have been hired to do. Is that a possible bottom line?
Hopefully, this is the ultimate goal. We should optimize our talent for what they are good at, and also to ensure that they spend more time in collaboration with other humans.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Josselain, for being here with us in this podcast episode. It was very insightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Josselain.
And for you at home, if you liked this episode, stay with us. We have more, and see you soon.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.